Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading for the week of December 4 through 10, 2023. This is a reading for you if you are Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, or if you have some other significant Libra aspect in your chart, you may find that this reading resonates for you. This is for the week of December 4 through 10, but if you are watching this video at a different time, it could well be that there's something in here that a message that you need to hear. So definitely check out this video through to the end. I do these readings astrologically, so when I say that, I don't necessarily incorporate specific astrology into this reading, but I use the astrological houses as a framework for talking about what your cards say for the week. And so what I use is the Way of Cartouche deck by Murray Hope. I clarify with a tarot deck, and I use a different one each week. This week I am using the Tarot of Spirit. And I also am getting back into the habit of drawing an additional oracle card, and this week I'm using the Essential Oil Oracle. I did this when I did general readings that were not by sign every week, and that's something I think people like or that they missed, so I'm reincorporating that back into the readings. And I do lay things out in advance, namely because I don't want to forget to lay something out, especially with the extra card. But I find that I can sit quietly and I can focus on you, focus on your sign. If I'm doing it while I'm talking at the same time, I always feel like I'm a little distracted. So I always lay out the cards in advance. I know some readers, and actually I've done it too, where I've actually laid the cards out as I go. But I feel like this is a little bit more efficient. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for checking in and checking out this reading. If this resonates with you, please consider subscribing to the channel. Definitely give me a like, comment. All of those things help the channel and help its visibility. And if you're returning, welcome back. It's good to have you back again. And I'm hoping the main reason that you're returning is because these readings are in fact resonating with you. And so it's good. It's good for good to have new people here. Good to have returning people. And with that, I'm going to get right into this reading. And I think I've said this. If I didn't say this, if you are watching this reading at a time other than December 4 through 10, 2023, or for that time period, then if you are drawn to it, if you're drawn to the tagline of the reading or something, then there's probably something in here that's for you, even though it's not specifically on that week. So I feel like there's no accidents with that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's begin at the beginning here, Libra. First, we're going to look at the first house, which is Aries energy. That's house number 1. And the first house deals with personality, how you present yourself to the world, how you brand yourself, how others see you. Okay, and we've got Sirius with the 5 of fire. So there's some struggles here. These are struggles with your identity. Maybe you're struggling with self-doubt. 5 of fire tends to come up when other people are influencing a situation or influencing, the way that you feel you need to present yourself. If you feel people are being critical or quarreling or pushing back on something, then you may be feeling this kind of self-doubt. But you have this with Sirius energy. Now, Sirius is a card of strength. And when this card comes up, it reminds you that you are, in fact, a strong person. And this is also a card of innovation. It's very strong Aquarian energy with this, someone who thinks outside the box, someone whose vision is beyond, even though Sirius has a lot to do with physicality and the physical world. So you also potentially may be presenting as somebody who's been working out or, has done something to improve their physical health in some fashion. That's another possibility with Sirius here, and of course then you could just have people who are jealous or critical or nitpicky. But this also can just have to do with a kind of strength that you display that perhaps makes other people, makes other people feel that they have to compete with you in some way, or maybe you feel you have to compete. And the answer here is that you don't. When Sirius comes up, it's reminding you of your own strength and your own resources. So don't let other people determine who you are, and don't let them fill you with self-doubt or make you feel that you are somehow lesser or can't compete or can't be, you're not as good as somebody else. Everybody has their own strengths. Okay, the second house has to do with money and possessions. This is the house of Taurus and Venus energy. And we have Brother Wind, which is the same as the Knight of Swords, with the Earth card. And this is now Earth card is fantastic to have in this house because it has to do with money, bringing in money, and it's the money card and the money house. So this definitely indicates money is coming in from somewhere. If you've been worried about money, then this is saying, you don't need to worry. You're going to be financially okay. Brother Wind has to do with things that are done quickly or impulsively, or again, there's this idea of criticism. When I'm seeing the Five of Fire here, and then I'm seeing it with this Brother Wind, I feel like there's somebody who's being critical of you, maybe of your job choices, maybe of your financial situations, maybe there's been worries, maybe there's a sense that somebody has been acting impulsively or feels like they need to do something to make a quick fix. And so there may be some hasty reactions, and it's saying hasty reactions aren't necessary. There's going to be money. It's going to be fine. Okay? Money is definitely coming in. You are definitely in a secure position. Don't make hasty decisions about things. Okay? Especially when it comes to work or jobs, or you may look at a situation. Just give an example, which is not necessarily what's happening here, but if you have a lot of bills or something, and you may feel like, oh well, I have to do this. I have to take on these 2 or 3 extra jobs just to be able to pay these bills. Don't be impulsive. This is suggesting that the money that you need is going to be there when you need it. Don't do anything in haste that later on you say, oh, I wish I hadn't, I wish I had, thought before I did that. So there's a strong element of that here. But I think if there are concerns about money, or somebody's been criticizing you, or maybe suggesting you need to work harder or do something else, this is saying, whatever you're doing, take time out to think. You definitely want to use thought, but you don't want to be impulsive. Third house has to do with Gemini energy, and this is about communications, messages going back and forth, and communications that are more superficial, I guess, or more practical, short-term trips or short journeys, not long trips. And also, if you're in your own business, this is about self-effort as well, and potentially this is also the house of siblings. So when I say there's a lot of elements to these houses, and you should take what resonates and leave the rest, you have to decide how which of those areas this applies to, because it's going to be different for everyone. But we have the Seven of Water with Thoth. Okay, Seven of Water is the Seven of Cups, and with Thoth, I feel like you may be having a lot of different messages coming in. There may be a lot of opportunities being presented to you, or a lot of viewpoints. And Seven of Cups, or it brings confusion. It's the idea that, there's all these options, and I don't know which one I need to choose. I don't know what's real and what's not real here, okay? And you have Thoth here. So Thoth, okay. Thoth is a pretty powerful card, and it has to do with healing at the soul level, okay? So this can have to do with physical illness and so forth, but this really has to do with very, very deep healing on a deep level. It can have to do with things like writing. It can have to do with legal matters. It can have to do with education. It's a whole lot that is connected to this. But also fundamentally, Thoth is connected to karma. It's connected to the results of our actions, and it's also connected to divine timing. And so with this, I feel like, there's a lot of confusion right now, and I think what Thoth is saying is everything, whatever the right thing is, it's going to come to the fore at the right time. So because of the confusion here, this may be also why you have the Knight of Swords here. Maybe there's certain opportunities or certain changes, and you're thinking, oh, I need to jump on this or jump on that. But this may be saying, again, take some time out. The right thing is going to come at the right time. Don't let yourself get caught up in illusion and delusion, because things may not be clear right now. I think Libra is one of the signs that's being affected by Neptune right now, and that may be part of what this is. Because once Neptune goes direct this month, later on this month, it's going to change a lot of things, and it may, there may be some clarity where right now there isn't any. So, again, there might be this sense of waiting for the right time on something. Fourth house is Cancer energy. This has to do with home, family, your sense of security. And you have the Six of Wind with Osiris. Now, Six of Wind is a card of travel. Normally I shouldn't say normally, but in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you actually see this. This is usually shown as a Six of Swords, as people in a boat, who are crossing water of some kind. So this card is often associated with movement. could have to do with physically moving, okay? It also has to do with seeing a situation clearly. We see clarity here is the word at the bottom for what it is. And I feel also like the Six of Swords, it can also just have to do with if there has been this kind of a struggle, like we're seeing this Five of Fire over here. This could be saying moving into calmer waters and away from struggle, that you're looking to get away from situation. Now, in the most literal sense, this could mean that somebody's thinking about moving, although with Osiris, there's a sense of staying put for the time being or staying rooted, okay? So this might be a thought right now, but right now it seems like you're staying put. If it doesn't literally have to do with a move, then it's just, again, reminding you to rely on your own judgment and on your own strength, and to be clear. Again, we have this seven. It's next to the Seven of Water. It's like you want to you want this kind of clarity, and this kind of clarity is either going to come in connection to a family or home situation, or that's where you're actually going to find this clarity. Okay, maybe it's just a matter of putting your feet on the ground and taking a time out to look at to look a little bit more logically, because swords always have to do with thought. Okay, so you may be looking at something a little bit more logically here in terms of a home or family situation, rather than looking at it emotionally. Okay, fifth house is Leo energy, and this has to do with creativity, potentially with love affairs, potentially with children. Now you've got the Four of Earth with fire. Okay, so Four of Earth has to do with not changing something, like kind of keeping something the same. At the same time, we have fire, which is inspiration. Inspiration and also purification, in the sense of burning up, throwing into the fire those things that you don't need anymore, right? But in a creativity house, I feel like this is a creative spark or an inspiration. But with the Four of Earth, I feel like you may be just staying put. You may not want to make changes to something. You may be reluctant to change something, or to go along with doing something different. And so there's two ways you can really look at this. This could be telling you right now you just kind of want to stay put and focus on burning up or getting rid of things that you no longer want to do. Okay, whether you're doing this creatively, whether this has to do with a relationship. This could indicate too, if you are talking about love affairs, this could be a fire sign person who is going to stay put for the moment. Maybe you've got a situation where maybe if you're involved with somebody or attracted to somebody, maybe you're looking for things to change, maybe a friendship to turn into a love affair, or maybe you're looking for a love affair to become more serious. There's definitely the sense of building a foundation and staying put right now. And so if that aspect applies. And again, similarly with children, this could potentially have to do with some aspect of a situation involving a child, but yeah, there definitely seems to be something where there's this energy of staying put, and getting rid of or burning up what isn't necessary or what is clouding an issue, to focus on what your real inspiration or real spark is. And this could also go back to this Five of Fire once again, and then especially this idea that maybe you are being influenced by other people, maybe not to make changes in something, maybe to stay the course with something, and you have this new idea, don't move ahead with it right now. Now, to be fair, for this, we're actually in what they call Mercury retrograde pre-shadow period right now, astrologically. So this is really going to be more of a time of re-evaluation rather than starting things that are new. So I'm going to kind of err on the side of saying this is about staying put with something, with some kind of either creative venture, idea, moving forward with some other kind of relationship, or things. If things are kind of staying the same right now, that maybe right now it's more about getting rid of what doesn't serve you anymore, and focusing on that. Get rid of it. Get to the core of where it is that you really want to go. But it's more of a time of evaluation than a time of you taking action. Excuse me. Okay, sixth house. This is Virgo energy. This has to do with your health. Have to do with it can do with work. If you are working at a particular job, it could be related to that. It also has to do a lot of times with our anxieties and our worries. Now you have Isis with the Nine of Fire. Now, Nine of Fire is somebody who is tired. So this, to me, there's a definite message here about taking time out for self-care. Isis, to me, has to do with nurturing and caring. Somebody here may be overdoing it and may be completely drained and needs to recharge their batteries, okay, when I see this in this particular house. You could be working very hard at a particular job, and maybe you're tired. Maybe you're looking for a result and you're saying, okay, where's the finish line here? But when you have a 9, this indicates you're very close to the 10. You're very close to the finish line on something. So whether this has to do specifically with your health or just some other kind of worry, there's this idea that something that you're pushing through to an ending here. But don't drain yourself. Make sure you are taking time out for self-care. And yeah, Isis is also about perseverance. So if you are nearing the end of something and you're kind of getting that last, ounce of strength that you're pulling up, this would encourage perseverance. Okay, so take it as it resonates here. 7th house. This has to do with relationships. This is Libra energy. And so we have Hathor with the 5 of wind. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting because this is standing right across from the first house where we have the 5 of fire. This definitely is a card of jealousy. Okay, this could be a woman who is jealous because we have Hathor here. It could be jealousy over a woman. I don't know. Or it could be just a female person who is creating this kind of an influence in some way, whether it has to do with your... there's actually strong mother energy with this too, so I don't know. For somebody, maybe mother-in-law is interfering in your marriage, maybe because she's got some kind of a jealousy about something you're doing, or just maybe just has an underlying need to quarrel with you about something. That is a possibility here. But if that's not the case, if we're not talking about a marriage situation, then this could just be some other kind of partnership. Could be a business partnership or something else where you have this feminine influence or feminine energy that is where there's some kind of a quarrel or somebody's doing something out of jealousy is what it feels like here. So so I would just, again, if I take it in the context of the first house, and interestingly, okay, in the first house you have the Sirius card, okay, and if you read the number at the top, it's 15. 1 plus 5 is 6, and here we have Hathor and we have number 6. So I feel like there's this, we're moving from 5 to 6 here. So, and then you've also got the 6 of wind down here. So I feel like this is a situation that is moving away from conflict towards something calmer. But this is also reminding you again that, you may have people on the outside. It's the old hater's gonna hate, right? Don't let people on the outside influence you in terms of what you're doing. You want to remember that this is, and the number 6 could be significant. There could be something 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. Not really sure, but depending on how deeply involved the situation is, but it does seem like there is going to be a solution in that time period. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio energy. This is the house of transformation and other people's money. Okay, yeah, you've got Horus with the Lovers. So the Lovers indicates you are at a period like crossroads, a period of making a choice. Horus is a card of very strong healing, strong creativity. This is like this is like the hero. This is the divine child, okay, that's waiting, that's now getting ready to move into its next phase. And again, we have this number 6 here. So yeah, I feel like you are definitely moving out of a phase of conflict and moving into more of a period of healing and expressing yourself the way you need to express. But there are some choices that you're going to be faced with. 9th house, we have Sagittarius energy. This is to do with expansion, higher education. It can have to do with long journeys, philosophy, religion, higher thought. And then we have Scarab with the Fool. This is definitely, absolutely definitely pointing to a new beginning. Fool is certainly taking a risk in a new beginning. Scarab is a new beginning. So for somebody, this could be a long trip somewhere that is going to lead to a new beginning or a new start. It could be a choice to go back to school. It could be, I don't know. It could have something to do. It could be some kind of new community you're part of or a new belief that you're going to embrace. Sagittarius energy is also very much about freedom. So I feel like this is very much about freeing yourself from something and opening your mind. Okay. So yeah. And again, seeing all these 5 influences trying to hem you in, there's definitely a sense of needing to get away. Again, if you're not literally getting away and going on a trip, there's still this need to, this may be why we have the 6 of wind down here in your home sector. You may be planning, you know, a move to get the heck away from everyone and everything, and it might not be a bad idea. Yeah, and here we have in the 10th house, this is Capricorn energy. This is your career, your fame, your reputation. Yeah, water, this is a movement or a change. This is like a change of job, change of career. And this could be, you know, this could literally have to do with water. You could be moving, you know, going someplace across water. This could just be an emotional thing. There's definitely a sense of flow with this. And then you have it with Father Fire, which is the King of Wands. So yeah, you are getting to a point where you are going to know what you want and you're going to go for it. Either that or there's going to be somebody who comes along who's going to, you know, help you and go move in that direction. But either way, there's definitely this sense of grabbing the bull by the horns and just going for it. There's definite change in the air here. And I feel like it involves, again, travel for some of you, more schooling for some of you, and just, yeah, getting out of a particular career or job situation that maybe down here we're seeing this exhaustion, maybe that is wearing you out emotionally or physically. Okay, 11th house is Aquarius energy, and this has to do with your goals, hopes, wishes, friendships. Okay, we have Brother Water with the Crook and Flail. Okay, so Brother Water is the same as the Knight of Cups, so this brings an invitation of some kind. Okay, and with Crook and Flail, this is something where you are visible, where you are confident, where you are seen as somebody who is an authority or an expert or somebody that people look up to in some way. This is an increase in visibility and an invitation. So something's going to be coming out of your network or your friend group or something that's going to increase your visibility, some kind of an invitation that looks like you may want to consider. Of course, I remember the 7 of water down here, so and also the Brother Wind down here. So whatever, if it's something financial, I mean, definitely take some time to think about it before you move ahead. But it does seem like somebody is maybe trying to offer you something. So it's, power just went out in my house. Oh, and now it just came back on. Wow. I don't know. I feel like that's almost like a strong omen for somebody. Like the fact that the power went out there, like, yeah, somebody's here is about to have their moment. And it seems like it could be coming out of your social network. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so finally, we have Pisces energy here, and Pisces is about what you fear, what's in your imagination, what you keep hidden from others, and you have the twins with the 3 of fire. So yeah, there's definitely things that you've been putting out, whether this means, whether you're looking for a relationship, whether this is just about working with somebody or having somebody to help you out or partner with something. There may be concerns about whether or not this is something that's going to come to fruition, that whether what you've put out is going to come back to you. But again, this is in the house of fears. So to me, I would not worry. Again, like with the 7 of water, I feel like it's just a time where things are gestating and what's real is going to come in its right time. Overall, you have Pyramid with the Resurrection or Judgment card. So yeah, this is definitely a testy time for you. It's like an initiation. Now you're going to be making some decisions about where you're going and where you're heading going forward. So yeah, so definitely big test here. Lots of decisions. Again, lovers in the 8th house too. So you are making decisions, but you don't want to make these decisions based on other people's jealousies and other people's competitiveness. You have the power. You know what you're doing. Overall, okay, we have this pink pepper card from the Essential Oil Oracle. The keyword here is grace. The trigger statement is, what do they have that I don't? Really, can't make this up. And the true statement is, we are all special. Allow your inner critic to be silenced as you find the perfection in yourself and those around you. Yeah. So really, yeah, you don't want to internalize this. You don't want to let other people's criticism of you. I feel like then it's a reflection of your inner criticism and the way in which you may feel that they are, bringing to light what you feel are your own inadequacies. But it's saying you don't have them. Don't focus on your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. And give yourself more credit, have more confidence. That's it for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do like this video if you found this helpful, and please consider subscribing if that suits you. Thanks so much again for watching, and see you next week.